Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you could play through a song called All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. And it starts out with this really cool little keyboard lick. You could kind of play the open G, open B, third on the B, second on the high E, third on the high E, second on the high E, third on the B, open B, and then open G, and then first fret on the B, third fret on the B, third on the high E string, and then third fret on the B string. It's kind of that cool little part where you got the G, B, D, F sharp, G, F sharp, D, B, G, C, D, G, D. And you could kind of back that up with bass notes too if you wanted to. You could get the low E string on the third fret to kind of kick it off, and then open E, and then third on the A string, and then open D. So you may want to kind of play around with that lick too. Kind of adding in basses might be kind of a cool way to kind of intro the tune. And then from there, the chords that would kind of back that up would start on a G major chord. And then when you play G major, first finger goes to the A on the second fret, second finger on the low E string third fret, and third finger on the high E string third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord. Now you may also want to think about putting third finger on the B string third, pinky on the high E string third. That's another way you can play your G. And then from the G we'd be going to an E minor chord. We got first finger on the A string second, second finger on the D string second. That sounds like E minor chord and it sounds real sad. Or you put third finger on the B string third, pinky on the high E, and make that an E minor 7 chord. And then from the E minor we go to a C major chord. When we play C major, first finger goes to B on the first fret, second finger on the D second, third finger on the A string third. And if you strum all those, that sounds a C major chord. Or you might want to think about using a C major 9, where you do first finger on the D second, second finger on the A third, third finger on the B string third, pinky on the high E string third. That sounds a C major 9. And then from the C we go to a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G string second fret, second finger on the high E second, third finger on the B string third. And if you strum on the D string of the high E, that'll get you a clear sound of that. And then we kind of start into kind of our acapella intro, where we got the G, and then we go to a B minor chord. Normally you do this as a bar on second fret, second finger on the B third, third finger on the D fourth, pinky on the G fourth. And that sounds a B minor chord and it sounds real sad. Or you could use a B minor 7, where you do first finger on the A second, second finger on the G string second, third finger on the high E second. So you could kind of use that voicing too. And then from the B minor, we're going to be going to our C major chord, but then we go to an E flat major chord. What you could do is kind of a D shape, but from third fret on the G string. First finger on the G third, second finger on the high E third, third finger on the B string fourth. And if you strum the G string to the high E string, that sounds an E flat major chord. Now you may also want to think about kind of doing this as a 6th fret bar. Third finger could go over the D, G, and B on the 8th fret. So you can kind of work it that way. Or you could work it as a 3rd fret bar and kind of do a C shape with second finger on the B string 4th, third finger on the D string 5th, pinky on the A string 6th. Kind of get that E flat in that way. Or you could use just a power chord and do that as an E flat 5 with first finger on the 6th fret on the A, third finger on the D string 8th. So you may want to kind of think about using that too. And then from the E flat we go to a G major chord, but you'll kind of hear the D note kind of in the bass actually. So you may want to just strum just the D string to the high E string on the G chord. And then from the G, then we go to a B major chord, or B7 chord. Now you could do this as the 2nd fret bar, third finger across the D, G, and B on the 4th fret. And that strums a B major chord. Or you could do it as a B5, where you do first finger on the A 2nd fret, third finger on the D string 2nd fret. Kind of strum just the A and the D strings. Or you could use a B7 chord, where you do the first finger on the D string 1st fret, second finger on the A 2nd fret, third finger on the G 2nd, pinky on the high E 2nd. So you could kind of use the B7 for that B at that point. And then we go to an E minor chord, and then we go to our E flat, and then our G/D. But then we go to an E major chord. And then we play E major. First finger goes to the G 1st fret, second finger on the A 2nd fret, third finger on the D 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E major chord, and it sounds really good. And then from the E we go to an A minor chord, which is a very similar shape, where you do the first finger on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, third finger on the G 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really sad. And then from the A minor, we go to an E flat major again. And then from there, we kind of start our intro tag, where we kind of do those first 4 chords, the G, E minor, and the C and the D, but we kind of pick up the tempo a little bit. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a song like this is down, down, up, down, up. So we take the G and just tried that a lot. You have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And there's this really cool hit actually on that D chord. There's this really cool hit on the D chord at the end of that phrase, where you do kind of the D and do a up, down, up, down, up, down, up, kind of at the end. So when you pick up on the strum pattern, you got G, down, up, B minor, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, B, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then from there, we'll be going into our first verse. So we got G, down, up, down, up, 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 C, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, B flat, down, up, down, up, B flat, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, B, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, B flat, down, up, down, up, B flat, down, up, down, up. And then from there, we go into our chorus part. Our chorus kind of takes a lot of those things we talked about in the intro and kind of mixes those up. And there are some places where you may want to just do kind of down, down, up on some of the chords to kind of have them. And so we got G, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, B7, down, up, B minor, down, up, down, up, B minor, down, up, B flat, down, up, G slash D, E major, A minor, E flat. And we have a chorus tag that's really similar to our intro, where we do G, down, up, B minor, down, up, B minor, down, up, down, up, B, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then from there, we'll be going into our next verse. Now, something else I think about adding to the song, though, is basses. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, you could do a bass note for the chord. So on the G, you'd have the low E for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. On the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass. On the D, you'd have the D for the bass. On the B minor and the B7 chords, you'd have the B string for the bass, or the A string for the bass, to get a B note. On the A minor, you'd have the A string for the bass. On the E major, you'd have the low E for the bass. And on the G slash D, you'd have the D string for the bass. We wanted to kind of bring out that bass string. So we tried our verse with basses. We'd have G low E bass down, up, down, 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 C with an A bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, up, down. And on the E flat, if you're doing the small, you might want to fake it on the G string. And then G low E bass down, up, down, 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 C with an A bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, up, down, E flat with an A bass. We do the bar. And then from there, we'll be going into our next chorus part. So G with low E bass, G with low E bass, E7 A bass, E minor low E bass, E minor low E bass, E flat with an A bass, G slash D, E major with low E bass, E minor with an A bass, E flat with a G, we're faking it, and then G, E minor, A minor. Then we kind of play through that last D, and that kind of leads us into our bridge part. So we tried our bridge with basses. We'd have the B7 with an A bass, B7 with an A bass, E minor low E bass, B major, E minor, we got the E flat, G slash D, E major, E minor with an A bass, E minor with an A bass, D with the D bass, D with the D bass. we got the G, D minor, D, G, D minor, But that's the basics of how you can strum through All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. So good luck!